Welcome back to another episode of All Meat, Hold the Anchovies.
So, David, our town is in a tizzy because the local Chick-fil-A is closing down for renovations from June through August, I think.
That's sick. The whole summer. They're going just about.
I know. I mean, it's like on the news, it's in the papers, it's everybody's talking about it. It's almost as big of a deal as when Buc-ee's came to town. You know, we have a Buc-ee's like 5 minutes from me.
Of course, after we're there.
Yeah. So it's almost as big a news as that. That Chick-fil-A is going to be closed. Hold on. Hey, guess who's in the room? What, Connie?
Connie.
Oh, Connie's shocked. She didn't know about it. She hasn't been on TV or the news. Or
And none of my friends have said a word.
Well, it's closing down.
So
June, July, and August.
I can't get frosted lemonades.
No, we better hurry up and
Peach
get.
shakes.
We got to get some quick.
that bugs me. They've stopped doing the large lemonades.
Yeah. Apparently, Connie had not heard of this.
Well, it's funny, for all the things we've talked about, the one thing that gets her into the podcast room is a Chick-fil-A closing for 3 months.
Yeah, really.
Hey, I've been with my granddaughter. I've not heard a single other thing.
That's right. She has.
I love my frozen lemonades, but I don't love that they no longer serve the large cup of frozen lemonade. You get the one size only cup of frozen lemonade.
Yeah.
And I talked to them about that, and people are saying, no, this is what we've always done.
No.
No, this is not.
That's like, Whataburger does that with their milkshakes, right? So, thank you, Connie. You may leave.
Hi, Connie.
Hi, David.
So,
I hear ya.
they're like small, medium, and large regular fountain drinks. They're 20 ounce for small, 32 ounce for medium, 44 ounce for large. Their shakes, though, are 6.
Hold on. I just want to say that it does not surprise me that you know the exact ounce of their drinks. I just want to point that out.
Because of the shakes. Because I order a large milkshake, and I'm expecting a big 44-ounce thing of milkshake,
No.
and it's 32, and medium is 20.
That's because you don't want to pay $16 for a milkshake, for a 48-ounce milkshake. Yeah. We had the Chick-fil-A where you used to live went through the renovation, I want to say the early part of last year. And basically they've made the inside's real nice. It's very quick service, but the outside is like a water park or theme park parking area now, where you go through it super fast, but it's like triple lanes, and they're all about quick drive-through service. So it was worth it for them.
I'm sorry, I did it.
You're so good at that.
Yeah, it's one of the videos. Wayne, what are some of your strengths? I talk over people really well.
You don't pause and let me respond. No, go ahead.
I bet Chick-fil-A makes 75% of their 70% of their profits from outside versus people going into the restaurant.
I'd say more than that. I mean, that should include mobile orders too.
Well, yeah, of course,
absolutely,
yeah. Because whether or not I go in for a mobile order depends on how long the drive-through line is, or if I'm enjoying what I'm listening to on Sirius XM.
And since the condiments are no longer free to grab all you want, then it's no point really going inside. Not around here. You got to ask for them. How many would you like? I need 17 Chick-fil-A sauces. How about 2? 2 will work.
17.
I need my mayo supply for work, but no, I can't get that anymore.
Oh, speaking of condiments from Chick-fil-A, the other day, I go in and I get a chicken biscuit. All right? Chicken biscuit. Let me make sure I got this right. Right. Okay. Love my occasional breakfast chicken biscuit.
Mm-hmm.
I ask for 1 ketchup. They give me 2. That's fine if they want to do that. They gave me 1 napkin. 1 napkin. Now, let's just logically think through this. The worker at Chick-fil-A thought, this guy wants 2 ketchups I'm only going to give him one napkin. If you put 2 ketchups on a Chick-fil-A biscuit, you need 8 napkins. If
Wait
you
a minute.
one
You
ketchup,
you took 2 of those boats of ketchup on a Chick-fil-A biscuit,
no, I put about 2/3 of one on it.
and then you dip with the other one?
No, I didn't use the other one.
Then why did you want 2?
I didn't. I asked for 1. He gave me 2. But in
Oh,
his mind, I got 2, and he gave me 1 napkin. You know how quickly you go through Chick-fil-A napkins when you put ketchup on your chicken biscuit?
but you know what? He was thinking about your eating experience over your cleanliness, because the guy only asked for 1 ketchup. But if he asked for 1, he might need the start of a second one. So I'm going to give him a second one. Chick-fil-A is going to give him a second boat of ketchup to go with his biscuit, just in case he needs it. Oh yeah, just give him 1 napkin's fine.
One
But
napkin.
want to get the ketchup probably costs more or less than the napkin.
Yeah.
I'd say more.
You have, okay, but think about it. When you go to grab a napkin, it's hard to grab just 1 napkin.
Plus, when you grab it, you've already got your fingers messed up, so you've already messed up that napkin.
No. I'm talking about if I work at Chick-fil-A or I'm going to a napkin dispenser or whatever, grab some napkins at a restaurant or at a fast food place. It's hard to get just 1 napkin. This guy had to have literally made an effort to get 1 napkin. 1.
Correct. And I'm agreeing with you that you need 2, because when you go to grab the first one, it's because your hands are messed up. And so you're messing up the first napkin you grab. So you need a second. But this guy went to a degree. It might not have been him. You might be blaming the wrong person. But did I tell you that I inspired a Hardee's biscuit?
What?
Do you have a Carl's Jr. or Hardee's over there?
We have Hardee's.
Okay. Have you had their breakfast lately?
No.
They have a super sausage biscuit.
Oh.
Sorry, Connie, that I've told him about a super sausage biscuit at Hardee's.
Okay.
It's a double patty biscuit with double cheese and a fried egg in it. And it's not sunny side, it's fried egg. But let me tell you something. I've always told them, proportionately, your amazing biscuits are too big for 1 slice of sausage. So if I ever have time, like on a Saturday or something, or I'm with Davis or something, I go inside Hardee's and I'll say, can I get a double patty sausage biscuit? And they say, sure. And they charge like 10 cents more or something. It's something they can tack on. Well, about earlier this year, they came out with a super sausage and a super bacon. You get double bacon, but I don't do the bacon there. I just do the sausage because their biscuits and sausage are amazing. So super sausage biscuit at Hardee's.
That's what I'm doing tomorrow.
Then if you get the biscuit in gravy, you can dip the biscuit.
Shut up. It's gracious.
Trust me, I thought about you today as I was drinking my green Monster drink. I said, I wish he'd never told me how good these were.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I drink when I miss soda, because I haven't had soda in almost a year. But it's like, if I need caffeine, but I want something that reminds me of soda, I go to the green. It's if you don't have it often, it's very good.
You know, the thing about Monster Zeros is, like, I would get on a kick with them, but they're really sweet.
Yeah. For non-sugar, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's a sweet drink. Like, Diet Coke is a hit you in the face drink, not really sweet, but it has a great taste. And then like Diet Dr. Pepper has more of a sweet taste, and Monster drinks are just like drinking candy to me.
Yeah. It's also it's getting to that point where it reminds me why I quit soda was the aftertaste. And it's not like a bad food aftertaste. And you didn't talk over me that time. You did good. You waited for me to finish. It's not like a bad food aftertaste, but it's like after you drink it, it's like 15 minutes later. It's like still got that. So it's kind of like I need something to wash that down.
Yeah. It's like I'm not on a Monster Zero kick anymore. So
yeah. I spread them out.
Yeah, I wouldn't drink any. I told Tommy I wouldn't drink any.
Oh, that's right. When I do get them, I get the smaller ones. So I don't have the full size anymore because they make a smaller version.
Oh, you don't get the full size. They still serve them.
Oh, yeah, they still have them. And I have the occasional green, which only comes in full size. But I get the skinny ones.
Oh.
And I usually have one.
Have you tried
my caffeine?
Celsius? Is it Celsius or Celsius?
Yeah, it's something like that. Davis got those one time. I tried them. It's okay.
Well, they have like no aspartame in them.
Mm-hmm.
So they're sweet, but they don't, and they have 0 sugar in them. and they have caffeine in them, or no, they have some kind of green tea extract caffeine in it.
That's why I didn't like it.
So it's like all the things that your wife tells you you're not supposed to have when you have a Monster drink.
Yeah.
Or Diet Coke, it doesn't have them. It's like a healthy soda.
But the only reason I drink Monsters for the caffeine.
Well, I know, but this has caffeine in it.
I thought you said it didn't.
No, it's some kind of like, it's marketing. Yeah.
Oh, have you tried ice drinks?
No. Yes, those are good.
I have. The only one I like is the grape raspberry, I think it is. So she'll buy me some of those. But for sugar, was it sugar free? And it's caffeine free. But it's something because if I have a small Monster in the morning, all I drink the rest of the day is water.
Yeah.
So sometimes you need something different.
Yeah, ice is equivalent to water, not ice as in the frozen stuff you get out of your fridge. The drink ice is like water. It's like adding Maya or whatever it's called, liquid or
flavor,
still water. Flavor.
Yeah,
still water. It's still, your body still receives it as water.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't automatically become non-healthy. So, but anyway. Well, I had an adventure with toilets, and I'm going to tell you about this little adventure.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and let you start before I start asking questions.
It's not really what you think, Oh, man, I just flipped my glasses off my face and then touched them.
So it wasn't installing one or removing one.
Well, I was going to replace our toilets because they're a little taller than our old ones used to be. Okay. So it's a little uncomfortable, right? I won't go into any more detail, but when you're sitting there, it's a little more uncomfortable because it's taller. I mean, it's nothing like inappropriate or anything. It's just a little uncomfortable. And so I thought, okay, well, I'm going to buy new toilets. So I go to Lowe's on a whim. Okay. This is where the problem begins. I didn't get on the internet and do research. I didn't measure my toilet at home. Nothing. I just went to Lowe's and thought, okay, it looks like 16.5 is a lower one, so that must be what I need to get. So I buy one, and I go pick it up, and it's sitting in my garage. And then I decided I was going to, well, if I'm going to get one, I might as well get two because I have two toilets in the house. So might as well have matching. And Connie wanted the kind that you can't see the tubing thing in the back, so it's straight. Whatever. I don't know. It's a sleek design, easier to clean for sure.
So you didn't crawl up on this display and sit on it to make sure it wasn't too tall again?
No, I did not. So then, just on a whim, I'm in the garage the day before I'm about to have them installed. Okay. Yeah. I'm in the garage and I look at the top and it's the obvious stuff. Before you open this box, it's an elongated toilet. Check. It's all one toilet or whatever. Check. It's 16.5 inches tall, ADA compliant. And I went, ADA compliant? That means it's probably taller.
For handicap reasons.
And yet it's 16.5 inches. I'm going to go measure my toilet. Guess how tall my toilet is?
16.5 inches.
16.5 inches.
That's on the taller side of toilets. I was going to let you get to your story, but yeah, that's on the taller side.
So they don't have a whole lot of shorter toilets than that, man. They don't. Anyway, so I returned the toilet, saved me a bunch of money.
2 toilets.
But then Connie went to the ER last week. I had surgery last week or a month ago. And so believe me, we're spending more on medical stuff than we would have been on 2 toilets and installations. So we're just going to have to deal with. So
what size did you go back and get?
I didn't. I told
you haven't.
I told you I'm not going to buy them because we had all these medical things happen.
Oh.
The anesthesiologist was like ridiculous, more than my copay for the hospital.
Let me tell you something. All the anesthesiologists that I know are loaded. Those people make some bucks, but they also have a very important, risky, life-threatening job.
I don't begrudge anybody for making good money. especially when they keep me alive during a surgery.
No, I'm just saying that is the job to get, but it comes with a lot of pressure. But that is not just air pressure. That wasn't a pun or anything, but it comes with a lot of air pressure.
Not just air pressure. Oh, that was funny, David.
Terry, we do shopping for stuff like anything at Lowe's or Home Depot. We go online first because I don't want to go somewhere where they don't have it, that particular one, in stock. And Terry doesn't like waiting. She likes getting her hands on it, picking it up, and taking it. Yeah. So we got several. We've got 3, all within very quick driving distance, and we know all of them, and they know all of us. So,
speaking of Lowe's, the joke about Lowe's and big box stores is that nobody in there knows what they're talking about.
Yes.
They're all like 25. Well, okay, 25-year-olds are not bad, but they don't have life experience, right? Or they don't know anything about what they're doing. Not all of them are like this, but I get to Lowe's at 7:15 in the morning looking for a voltage tester. Mm-hmm. Or this is and I don't know anything about this stuff. Nothing about what I'm looking for. I needed to find out why, because I installed stereo in my car and everything, even with this on, which is why it hurts and Connie's mad at me. But anyway, I was trying to figure out why I wasn't getting signal from point A to point B, right? So I go to Lowe's and I'm like, I need something. I don't know exactly what it is. There's 12 of them hanging up here. What do I do? This is what I need. And he goes, literally, he goes, man, I don't know. What do you think? And I went, no, I'm asking you, not, and he goes, well, the guy that knows that, and he's not here or whatever. And I said, I understand. He goes, man, you got to understand. He said, tomorrow I could be loading mulch in someone's car.
Yeah.
So they don't say, okay, you're going to work in electrical and let's teach you electrical so you can actually help people.
Yeah, Bailey, when she was here getting her, I think her master's or PhD, whatever, when she was in Norfolk, she was local. She got a part-time job at Home Depot.
Uh-huh.
And so Tara's like, "Oh, I need some paint. I'll come see you and I'll get paint." She was okay. So we go there and we look at the paint, and Bailey, of course, knows where the paint is. But I'm like, "So what do you know about all the paint stuff?" She's nothing. She goes like, "What do you need to know?" And Terry's like, "Well, I need to know this about this." So she pulls up her phone. She starts Googling it, looking it up. And she's like, "I don't even want to be out here. I want to be in the office. I got cashier of the week last week, so I want to go back over there." She goes, "I don't really care about knowing this stuff." And then one other time we were at Lowe's, and I saw this guy. And it's funny you mentioned age because I always look for the older employees.
Well,
because my dad used to work at Lowe's after he retired just to make some extra money. And he was one of those that he would walk around the store just to know where stuff is. Because back then you couldn't get the app on a phone back then.
Right.
So I go to this guy. He looks like he's in his 50s, maybe actually older than me. So probably in his 60s. And I'm asking him, and I said, "Hey, do you know where this is?" He says, "Yeah, it's there." I said, "What about this?" He goes, he pulls out his phone. Yeah. He goes to the Lowe's app and types. I'm like, I could have done that. I'm asking you because I want to know quicker because it takes forever to load on your Wi-Fi. So it's so funny that.
Go ahead.
No, it's just so funny that you can go to these stores, and if you can get on the internet in their warehouse, and you can pretty much find anything exactly where it is, what bay it's in, what aisle it's on, but you can't get help unless you Google it.
Right. I remember when I turned 16 years old, I went and worked at the local grocery store, and I had to know where every single thing was in that store, and they tested you on it.
Really?
Right? Where am I going to find rice-a-roni? Aisle 4 or whatever. Where on aisle 4? Middle of aisle 4, bottom row. I mean, you had to know these things. It's not like that anymore, apparently.
No. That's funny, though, because my 16-year-old job was at a Farm Fresh grocery store. But I only knew the store because we shopped there. It was our local store.
They didn't tell you that you needed to be able to help customers find things?
No, because I was on the cash register.
Oh. That's what I like about Publix, though. And I don't know, Kroger maybe also. I guess some of the nicer grocery stores, I guess. I don't know. But one thing I like about Publix is if I ask somebody where something is, 90% of the time or more, they know where it is. And they'll take me there. Walmart? No.
No. I think they're the same way as Lowe's, where they could bounce around from position to position and just. You know who you ask at Walmart? The guy that's working at 11 o'clock doing the restock. That's the guy you want to ask where stuff is, or the lady, whoever's doing they're in a T-shirt with one little badge on. They got a pallet next to them. That's where you want to ask.
David, I'm old. I'm 54 years old. I go into Lowe's. There is a person with a blue vest on, and I'm back near the electronics. Okay. I said, I'm looking for audio RCA cables. They had no idea what I was talking about. I said, the red and white, audio RCA. Oh, you mean component video? No, but I could use that if I had to.
But that is well, that's old technology.
That's the red, green, and blue or whatever. Technically I could use that, but it was like they didn't even know what an RCA cable was. Now, part of that is because you don't see a lot of RCA cables anymore.
But before the red, green, and blue, it was yellow, white, and red.
Well, yeah, but that's not component video. That's, or whatever the right word is. That's audio and then one line for video.
Yes.
They were talking about the red, the three colors, which I don't even know if they do that all that much anymore.
That's why I was impressed. HDMI. I was impressed they knew that.
Yeah, most everything is HDMI. But yeah, so when I was installing that little amp in my car for the speakers, I found an RCA cable at Target. It was the only one they had. I had to drive to Huntsville to get it. And then I had a red, yellow, white cable back in a box somewhere because apparently I gave away my 4,365 RCA cables I had last year. And I just clipped off the yellows so they wouldn't be in the way and just used the red and white because, for front and rear.
Well, I can tell you that I'm really getting into the throw stuff away phase of my life.
Uh-oh.
Except for TV technology stuff. I've got boxes of that garbage. I could have sent you 12 red and white cables.
It's so hard to
even some electrical cords. I know, because you never know what they go to.
I know. Lo and behold, Dwaine needed two 6-foot RCA cables, audio cables. I said, "Oh, I have plenty of those. I don't need to buy any of those." Yeah, I don't have any.
I've even still got the cup links that you could put two cords together and make a double cord. It's pitiful. But I did get it out in the garage. The box is no longer in the house because if I really need something in that box, I should have to go out in the garage and get it.
Yeah, really. Man. Well, I was going to tell you one last thing. This is kind of a neat thing. This is the last thing we'll talk about.
Okay.
My assistant told me the other day that she has a friend who sent her this. So this is, for me, it's third-hand knowledge. For her, it was from the mom or the aunt of the person that I'm about to tell you about. So this guy, and it's going to start off, you're going to think I'm telling a joke. I'm not. This is serious, okay? This is a serious thing. Anyway, so there's this, I guess he's probably in his 30s and he loses his dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was really close to his dad. He golfed with his dad all the time, and they just were really close. She said that when they were at the funeral that they had a hard time, like he just was grabbing onto the casket and wouldn't let go. I mean, really close and really upset about it all. About 3 weeks after the funeral, he finally goes out to play golf for the first time, right? And let's see, hold on. What did she say? She wrote, Blaine went to play golf. His first putt went, okay, she obviously does not know what she's talking about. His first drive went into the woods.
Okay. If his first putt went into the woods, that's pretty bad.
That's one heck of a putt.
Yeah.
I think you might have overshot the hole there, buddy. Anyway, his first drive went into the woods. When he went in to find his ball, this is the one he found. The ball has, see if you can see it, and then you can react.
Oh my gosh.
What does it say?
It says, "Love you, son." Wow.
He went the first time he goes to play golf. He hits the ball in the woods, goes and picks up a ball, and it says, "I love you, son."
I would have walked back to my car and just left. I don't think I could have kept going.
I would have been like, "Whoa!" I mean, I know it's not some. I know his dad didn't drop a golf ball there. Had it printed up in heaven and dropped it there. But how crazy is that? What are the odds?
Only in the movies.
I know,
No,
and apparently in this woman's life. But
oh my goodness.
I mean, just oh man, and he probably needed that,
Yeah.
So
Gosh.
man. So anyway, on that note, our shortest episode ever, David, 20 minutes. Oh,
you got Apple TV?
Well, yeah.
Have you seen Severance?
Yes, that's the one where once they go to work, they don't remember the rest of their life.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a pretty brutal scene in that.
It was, but the ending was brutal because they left you hanging, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And have you seen Slow Horses?
No.
I would recommend that. We're in the second season of that.
Have you seen Otto with Tom Hanks and his son? His son's in it too.
We just watched his son's in it. Who's his son?
Andrew. I think his name is Andrew.
What character did he play?
Tom Hanks is a young guy.
Oh.
He played Otto. Tom Hanks played Otto.
Yes.
His son played Otto when he was younger.
Really? No, I didn't know that because I know Colin Hanks is his son too. He plays in Fargo and other stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know about his second son. That's cool.
I think it's his youngest son.
Well, my mom wanted to watch it, so I wanted to prepare her because he reminds me of my stepfather and how my stepfather would have been if my mom had passed first.
Oh.
But which is sweet. He's the way that he is. He's not rude because Otto can be rude at times, but he's very tidy about stuff, which
maybe
a little OCD, and I respect that. I understand that, but I had to warn her about Otto's attempts. That's kind of hard to watch, and in a situation where you're by yourself, and she's a widower now, or she's a widow, so. I wanted to give her up front about it. She said she was okay with it. She understood, but she enjoyed it. Thought it was good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was not a great movie, but it was very well done, very believable. I love the new family across the street. They were hilarious.
He was great.
Yeah. Nice story.
I gotta tell you. Okay, so the first time in recent memory, the first time that I've seen a suicide attempt in a movie or a show, like a realistic one, was Severance, and that one was successful, I think, if I remember correctly. Or the
elevator?
Yeah.
No,
it wasn't successful.
Correct,
but still, it was graphic. I mean, graphic as in hanging themselves, and that's.
But the way that played out. Oh yeah, I completely understand, and it made so much sense that the character did what they did, but at the same time, that writing is that's so far out there. But
visually, for me, it was shocking.
It was horrible.
Visually, it was shocking, and so compare that to Shawshank Redemption, when the library guy hangs himself. That wasn't visually shocking to me. Okay. The three attempts, let's see. Tom and in Otto, one of them was.
Spoiler alert! We're going to talk about Otto. So
they were all kind of visually shocking.
Yeah, they were hard to watch because you knew what he was doing.
It was like, oh my goodness, man! I mean, and I was just like, if I had someone close who had recently committed suicide, there is no way I could watch that. Absolutely no way I could do that. And it's just crazy. It's just.
I have someone that he's a dear friend of mine that I coached with for a long time, and his son did. So it's horrible to deal with.
I think I'd be able to watch it, but anyway.
But I'm also watching Hunters. I don't know if you've ever seen that on Amazon with Al Pacino.
Oh. I have.
It's about a Jewish squad going after Nazis that have survived World War II and migrated to the United States.
Oh, nice. That
Yeah.
sounds fun. Is
It's
it
interesting.
based on a true story? I mean, I'm sure there are lots of stories about that,
There
but
could be stories about that, but I don't think it's solely based on a true story or anything.
I just watched the PGA golf documentary Full Swing. That was really. Then I
I've not seen
started the tennis one, but then I saw they have a Conor McGregor one, and I've watched 2 of those episodes. Those were
What stream is this on? What platform is this on?
Netflix.
Okay.
He is the nicest guy. I mean, unless he's about to be mad at you about something, he's the nicest guy in the world.
I can't remember if he threw something at a bus or tried to throw something out of a bus. But
yes.
Okay, you saw that.
That was the part of a very dark area that they talk about, and I won't give away stuff, but that was a dark. But man, the way he is with his kids and his fiance, and the way he is with, I mean, you watch him in these press conferences, and he's nice, and
he's a businessman though. He gets it. He knows how to sell tickets. He knows how to rev up a fight.
Oh,
smart fella.
He drives some nice cars. I'll tell you that.
That's funny because my brother is watching. Have you seen Ted Lasso at all?
Yeah,
okay,
I haven't watched the last season, but
we're watching this current season now. My brother watches it. He goes, "So I don't know all that much about soccer, but do those guys make that much money to drive those nice cars?" I'm like,
yeah, they're professional athletes.
But you got to figure there's no baseball, there's no football, there's no basketball. It is soccer or football over there, and that is the sport. And if you're elite enough to make a team that plays in the top league in England, yeah, you're going to make some really good money. And at the same time, though, there's probably not a lot of mansions over there. So they buy a nice place, but they really put their money into their car. They're going to be driving it to work every day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they do have nice cars over there.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, I got.
Do you have some hot food waiting for you?
No, because you wanted to record early because you're a wimp.
Oh.
So I literally am in the Kentucky Fried Chicken drive-thru, and you're like, man, we got to record. We got to record now.
No, I said we stopped. She's got a show to watch. Let's go. Because I missed you by 8 minutes, like 7 minutes, almost 6.5 minutes. But it was like 8 minutes that I missed you by.
I was ready to record, and you said, I'm starting a show. We'll record in an hour.
Because if I don't respond in 13 seconds, you're out the door, in the car, in the drive-thru.
So I was like, okay, well, he's going to be an hour before we can record. So I'm going to go get food. In the line, you're like, Terry started a show. I'm ready. That was like 15 minutes after you said an hour.
That was 8 minutes ago. You were out of that house pretty quick. I think you were texting me on your way to the car.
I was.
You were so hungry. You were starting the car. You want to go? Okay, didn't respond. I'm out of here.
But as good of a friend as I am is made evident by the fact that I have Kentucky Fried Chicken, a breast and a thigh, and 2 corn on the cobs sitting on the counter for the last 40 minutes, cooling down. And I do not like to eat food that's not warm, so I'm gonna go heat it.
Crispy original.
Original.
See, I don't really get their breast much anymore because as much skin it is to devour, I'd much rather have a thigh. Their thighs are so good. It's like my favorite.
They're the breast. I've had a couple of them recently, and they were so moist. I mean, juicy. And that's the one thing I hate about white meat is if you get white meat and they didn't cook it right, it's dry. It's hard to chew. No, man, I don't know what they infused it with, what kind of chemical that makes it juicy, but they
probably
did
a Monster drink. They put Monster drink in there.
They did a good job.
But the longer we sit here and talk, the drier it's going to get.
All right.
So what else do you want to talk?
I don't. I want to go. All right. Talk to you later, man.
Bye.
Bye.